It is a classic case of do as I say, not as I do. The legislature passes a law that is binding on every state agency, even the governor's office and the state Supreme Court. And powerful as they are, they obey because, after all, it is the law. But guess who doesn't obey? You got it, the legislature. Here's News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker.
There's a lot of things that make sense in life. This is one of the craziest situations I've ever seen as district attorney.
No, it's not some murder case gone wrong, and it's not DWI or drugs. You see, all the DA wants to do is switch phone service. Talk about your government snafus.
This is a chance to save the public money. This is a chance to give them a better, more reliable service, and I'm told that I can't do it.
At the heart of the controversy is this high-security underground bunker. This is New Mexico's telecommunications nerve center, home to the state government phone system. Whether you are the governor or the DA, your phone service is routed through this network. Now, just like you and me, government agencies have to pay for their phone service. The Albuquerque District Attorney's annual phone bill is about $168,000 a year. But there's trouble on the line.
It drops messages. Sometimes we don't have phone service. Sometimes it's not reliable phone services. And getting our messages can be a real issue. We serve the public. When they call us, we need to respond.
So the DA's office decided to hang up on the state government phone system in favor of a private firm that offered reliable service at considerable savings to the taxpayer. But the state blocked the call.
You see, an agency can't just disconnect from the state phone system without permission from the New Mexico Department of Information Technology, or DOIT. Cabinet Secretary Darrell Ackley turned thumbs down on DA Brandenburg's request.
Would you reconsider your decision as it relates to the DA in Albuquerque?
Not at this time, no.
Now, Ackley is not being mean-spirited here. He's simply following the law.
The intent of the statute was so that there would be an economy of scale and a centralized operation of the system. So the less participation that there is in the phone system, the more that effect is diminished. It's really about, savings statewide as opposed to, each individual agency's ability to get, a phone rate of a certain value.
State agencies pay DOIT tens of millions of dollars every year for phone service. That money keeps DOIT afloat.
It was the legislature's idea way back in the 60s, the telecommunications dark ages. All New Mexico agencies are to use a central, statewide, cost-effective phone system. Exceptions are granted only to those agencies in remote locations where it's technically not feasible to connect to the network.
Lawmakers directed all New Mexico agencies, executive, legislative, and judicial, to use the state phone system. So, look around.
Good morning, Office of the Governor. This is Anna.
The governor's office complies, so does the Supreme Court. And then there's the New Mexico legislature.
How many telephones in the legislature participate in the state phone system?
0.
That you just told me that they are required to participate.
Per my reading of the statute.
Raul Burciaga is director of the New Mexico Legislative Council Service.
Does the legislature participate in the state telephone system?
No, the legislature does not. As a separate branch of government, we are responsible for our own operation. And for that reason, we're not a part of the central telephone system operated by the Department of Information Technology.
Legislature operates its own phone system in open defiance of the law. So are these guys lawmakers or lawbreakers?
Is the state legislature in compliance with the law as it relates to the state phone system?
Per my reading, I would say no. They're the ones who oversaw the drafting of that bill, and they didn't write themselves an exception into that on the basis of separation of powers. It's a philosophical question, but that's the way I read the statute, and that's what I have to operate under.
There hasn't been a written request from the Department of Information Technology to us to enter into the central telephone system.
It's simply they haven't picked up the phone and called.
That's correct.
And it's not just the legislature. Dozens of state agencies, including some district courts and DA offices, do not use the state phone system. However, there's not much DOIT can do about it.
Do you have any enforcement power for those agencies that simply are not in compliance with the statute?
Enforcement, not that I'm aware of, no.
Which brings us back to Carrie Brandenburg and the DA's predicament. Does she dump the state phone system and save tens of thousands of dollars for the taxpayers, or comply with the law?
Is our biggest obligation to the public, or do we comply with a statute that doesn't serve the public?
What's your gut feeling on this?
My gut feeling is I'm going to serve the public.
You will be in violation of the statute.
I will be in violation of the statute along with the legislature and other district attorneys' offices and other district courts, and so I will be in good company.
Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.